I'm Tim McDonough. I'm here at Black Lantern. We are here for the 5th annual Defiance Napoleon Captains Luncheon, and I'm joined by a couple players from each team. We're going to ask them a couple questions and get the ball rolling on this year's season. I guess we're going to start with Spencer Batt from Defiance. Spencer, your question is, it's your final Defiance Napoleon football game. What are you looking most forward to?
Just lay it all on the line, great competition, and have some fun playing football.
All right. This question is for Sam Walker from Napoleon. What makes this game so special?
It's a big tradition between Napoleon and Defiance and the River rivalry, so it's the biggest game of the year, by all means, for us and Defiance, I'm sure. So it's very prestigious to be a captain for one of the greatest rivalries in Ohio. So.
This question is for Gabe Rodriguez of Defiance. Gabe, and everyone knows that the rivalry is intense, but there's obviously a lot of respect. Can you maybe talk a little bit about the respect that the two teams and all the players have for each other?
Yeah, I mean, we could be friends outside of the game and stuff like that, but when the game is on, we competition, so it's like we going at it at first. At the end of the game, we all shake hands. It's no hard feelings at the end, regardless of who wins and whatnot. So I like the competition and the respect for both teams.
All right. And the final question is for Brian Schlade from Napoleon. What would it mean to you and your team to win this rock sitting back here behind us?
Well, I mean, it'd be probably the greatest accomplishment of the year. Just a great feeling. I mean, we've been working all year to win the rock, so
Well, we're going to see how this all plays out on Friday, August 30th. Game starts at 7 o'clock at Defiance's Fred J. Brown Stadium. Hope to see you out there. I'm now joined by the coaches in the River rivalry. Jerry Beauty to my right from Defiance, Tori Strock from Napoleon. I got a couple questions for each of them. I guess we're starting with you, Jerry. What is the most challenging aspect in preparing to play Napoleon?
I think first of all is you're preparing for a team that's as good on your schedule as anybody you're going to play all year. We're not like Ohio State that can open with Buffalo Tech and somebody like that first and get our feet under us, So to start with Napoleon, they're in the regionals last year. They got a great program, so you got to be at the top of your game when you play this game. A lot of people can ease into their schedule before their conference schedule starts, and Napoleon's as good as anybody we play in our league.
Well, this question is for you, Tori. It kind of goes off of what Jerry just said. You guys were in the regionals last year. You had 3 extra practices at the end of last year. How has that helped you in preparation for this season, and especially against Defiance?
Well, especially since we graduated so many guys from that regional team, those extra practices, I think, came in handy for our young kids because we're going to be very young this year, make no mistake about that. But I think from the start of camp this summer into two-a-days and through the first scrimmage, you can see that our young kids have kind of fed off of last year's success, and so I think it's important. It can probably be overstated a little bit, but I think it's helped.
Jerry, this one's for you. What do you tell your players that have never played in a Defiance Napoleon game before you take the field?
Yeah, strap it up. You better be ready and don't stand around. And but our older kids do a good job of getting those kids ready for that. And if you're a young kid and you're playing in this game, you're up against it. I mean, if your first game coming out of 8th grade and you're a freshman and you're starting in this game, you're probably not. It's not going to be a good night for you, probably. So if it is, you're really talented. So but I think our older players do a good job of recognizing that and telling them what to do. But I just think the pressure that's on this game. Add into it this is tremendous. It's great. You don't have a better opener in Ohio than this.
Well, obviously there's a lot of hype for this game, Tori, but as a coach, is it easier to get your team more fired up when you're playing on the road or when you're playing at home in this rivalry game?
Well, I like being at home. Defiant Fred J. Brown Stadium's a great venue, and it's a tough place to play. Their people support their kids, and what makes it tough is Defiance's kids and their coaching staff. I mean, let's be honest, there's some experience on that staff. They've got a state title under their belt. Defiance always has tough kids, competitive kids, and so, the challenge is there regardless of what venue you're at. I'd prefer to be at Buckenmeyer, but we're on the road this year, and we're going to have our hands full. As Jerry said, it's a great opener. As coaches, what a privilege for us, to be involved in this. And I'm a lot, a lot more green behind the ears, I guess, than Jerry is. But this is my 6th one, and it's the same feeling every year. It never gets easier, not in this game. So it's quite an honor to be part of it.
Well, I'd like to thank the coaches and the players for joining us. Again, come out to the game on Friday, August 30th, 7 p.m. at Fred J. Brown Stadium. It's going to be a great opener like always.